Our guys have just taken down one of the migrant guys right here on the corner, 42nd and 7th. While all this
Can you pan the camera?
They've taken over. They've taken over. You'd like the camera over there if at all possible.
Yep. Oh, you got your key open, guys.
He is out of control. Out of control.
There. All right, now Eric Adams often complains he's getting no support from the federal government to help him with the surge of Joe Biden's unvetted illegals in New York. And that could be because of the so-called border czar is a little distracted right now. According to a report, Vice President Harris has now suddenly, quote, found her footing.
That is like the ultimate Fox News clip, if you really stop and think about it. He had this guy, Curtis Sliwa, former New York City mayoral candidate, leader of the Guardian Angels, on to talk about something with migrants getting prepaid credit cards. They want to demonize that, like, all the good white people's money is being given to these dirty immigrants or whatever. So that was the horrible reason he was on the show, but it got worse. Rather than just doing a live hit from Times Square for some reason, he's got his gang of people accosting migrants on the street. Now they say that is it even a migrant? I don't know. We're just judging Curtis Sliwa's opinion of a person based on face value, and he says that the person had been shoplifting. Did they? Does anyone know? Does Sean Hannity know? Because Sean Hannity allowed this group of vigilantes to just live broadcast them assaulting a person on the streets of New York, and Sean Hannity paused for a second or two, perhaps a brief window into him actually experiencing like a human feeling of, is this kind of a weird thing to be doing on the news? But rather than address it, rather than push back against the guy that they're just assaulting someone, and now he's broadcasting it, he starts talking about how, well, Biden's letting these people in. I guess that's truly the bad thing. How many steps are we from just like a public execution live on Fox News? Like, it seems maybe like a bridge too far, but we're racing towards the normalization of all sorts of racist actions on there. Sharon, what do you think?
I saw a crime being committed. Thank goodness it was recorded. I saw a crime being committed. They jumped this person and took full authority. I think only the camera operator had a slight sense in this, because you notice the hesitation. Did not immediately
kind of turning
swing
away.
Camera around, and Hannity just stayed with it. I thought Hannity would be somewhat decent enough to say, okay, let's get, No, I think I saw crime being committed by the guys in the red jacket and those berets. That's what I think I saw here.
Yeah.
Judge and jury.
Yeah,
Vigilantism.
By the way, maybe that person was a migrant. Maybe that person had shoplifted. Maybe shoplifting doesn't mean that you should be beaten down in the streets. Maybe that's not actually like the worst possible crime. Maybe that's true. I don't know. You know who else doesn't know? Sean Hannity.
That's right.
Sean Hannity knows exactly what we know when that is happening. Virtually nothing, and he rolls with it. He's okay with it. For all he knows, that is an innocent New Yorker being assaulted by a gang of people, and he's just fine with it. That's lead story, maybe we'll get good ratings off that. Maybe your audience will like watching like a brown person get beat up on the streets of New York. I don't know. Again, is he gonna get in trouble for this? Is that crossing a line? I would love to imagine that maybe it would be, but I haven't seen anything about consequences for it, so I guess he'll be okay. Any other thoughts?
No, except, this thing won't come to a head unless maybe the gentleman sues and there's talk of a settlement, but it'll have to be pretty large. It'll have to be like more than $787 million to perhaps get some action here. Yeah. Or maybe Hannity will have to disparage Fox execs in a text message for something to happen. But this is outlandish behavior at this point.
Yeah, are you allowed to just broadcast a person being assaulted and do nothing? In fact, to speak in support of the movement that's assaulting that person live on your show. Imagine if I had a live hit at like a Bernie rally and a bunch of Bernie supporters started brutalizing like, a Haley supporter or something. And I was just like, well, Haley does lie a lot. As next to me, the assault is being committed. What would you think of me? But Sean Hannity, he's a respectable journalist. After all, he is wearing a tie and he has a very nice studio, so I guess he'll be fine.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.